Dios mío, why did Jean bring an entire roast chicken to our campfire night? I thought this was just going to be just a casual night of campfire stories and snacks between semesters. Learlin advertised this as a simple event to the club, with maybe some library stories we didn't have time for. Why is he here? Jane, did you finish the entire roast chicken already?
Oh, yeah, man. It was good.
And how many of those gummies did you take?
Just one.
Solo uno, he says. What is the dose on these things?
Like, a normal amount? It says about 100.
Ay, voy a dar soplamocos es tan grande esta cara de culo que lo hace un mojón de la boca. What do you mean 100?
Yeah, man, like I said. 100 or 2 or...
Oh no, 100, he says. Jean, get your ass over here, ahora!
Anyway, does anyone want a soda?
So, Rowan, this next story, where have you been all my life? What's it about?
Well, I don't want to spoil the good story, but let me give you the basics. Where the last two pieces I presented were the cut and dry of the SCP files with research notes and experiment logs, everything that is left fits in the traditional narrative approach of what you're used to.
So it's still about the same Foundation stuff then?
Kind of. I like to think of this next one as a bit of a love story in a twisted sort of way.
I'm sorry, a love story?
See? I can still surprise you.
You could say that again.
And this love story, why this?
The easy answer is that simply it's the next one on the list. But the better answer is that this tells the history of the Wheelers, especially since they will be main characters as we go on. It introduces Antimemetics, the characters, and everything you need to know to understand what happens next.
That's a lot of information before telling the story. This isn't like you.
I'm having a good time. Besides, Kat has given me enough soda and café con leche to keep me awake for a week. Consider this a gift. Now, Learlin, would you do the honors?
Really? This is the opening? This is... Okay, sure. All right, let's go. Who the fuck infiltrates a senior Foundation official's home while they're home? Marion Wheeler lives deep in a coniferous forest, a long drive from the nearest major city, and a long drive in the opposite direction from Site 41. It's late. Last thing, and she's reading in her bed when she hears the muffled, unmistakable click of her front door being unlocked. She looks up and stares blankly at the wall for a second while listening to soft footsteps moving in the hallway. She marks her place and reaches for a Foundation-issued phone. She has no permanent security staff at home. The division is understaffed and trained operatives are in much more serious need on site. But the building and grounds have beefy electronic countermeasures. They, she discovers, have all been disabled, along with the sensors and cameras. She was not notified this had happened. Whoever did it had a valid code. Who, though? The Foundation has enemies. True, the list of credible, motivated enemies is surprisingly short, and the list of groups stupid enough to try to kill or capture someone at her level is shorter, but it's far from empty, and it's not actually so hard to defeat. Not too many people below 05 level are privileged to travel in motorcades. The real trick, the impossible trick, is to avoid unholy retaliation. But what if you really think you can? What if you decided it's worth it? Wheeler triggers the silent alarm. She sets her phone back down on the nightstand and collects her gun. She rolls out of bed, tucks a few pillows in her place, and moves silently to her bedroom door and stands beside it, listening, thinking. This door, her bedroom door, can't be opened silently. It creaks like hell, so if she goes through it, she'll have to be ready to draw attention. There's an attic, but access is out there on the landing and, again, can't be operated silently. There's no alternate route to ground level other than jumping from the window, and someone has to be covering it. Even if she landed in the bushes alive, she'd still have to break the perimeter with a sprained ankle. A better question than who is how many? She may already be straight up dead simply due to numbers. If the attackers tread cautiously and try to flush her out, she figures she can home alone her way through perhaps 8 of them before running out of luck. If they rush the second floor and have armor, she might be overwhelmed by as few as 2, even with the staircase acting as a choke point. All of this, naturally, assumes that the attackers aren't anomalous. If they are, and they're not in the, say, 30% of anomalies which can be neutralized simply by shooting them in the center mass and the head, she may be fundamentally helpless even after the response team shows up, which will be, at best, 10 minutes from now. A creaking. This damned house. Someone is coming up the stairs, making no effort to be quiet about it. A soft tread, though, as if they removed their shoes. Just one of them? That barely makes sense. With 5 seconds grace, Wheeler casts around the dark room for a second weapon. She knows there are knitting needles downstairs in the lounge, and knives, good ones, in the kitchen. But she can't get to them. It's too late. The door's opening. It seems like the man's trying to say something as he comes in, but he only gets so far as He's flat on his face, cheek pressed into the deep cream carpet, with Wheeler on his back pinning both his wrists with her knees. She sights urgently back down the stairs for a second. There's no one there. She prods him in the other cheek with the muzzle of a gun.
You speak, you die. You try to move, you die.
She glances at the windows, checks the stairs again, listens intently. There's no sound. There's nothing to be seen. This man is 50 and lanky. He wears an expensive dark suit tailored to his build. He has angular features, thick, graying hair, and rimless spectacles, now quite possibly bent out of shape by the sudden impact with the floor. He wears discreet platinum jewelry, a wristwatch, cufflinks, and a ring. The two of them halt like that, a tableau. He makes no attempt to move, although he does look askance at Wheeler, as best as he can given his dislodged glasses.
Where are the others?
It's just me, Marion.
Who are you?
He says nothing for a moment, but his expression slowly, subtly drops.
Well, it really happened, didn't it? I always wondered.
Who are you?
There's a monster which follows you around and eats your memories. SCP-4987. You drip-feed it inconsequential trivia so it doesn't go after anything important. You watch game shows. The book you were reading just now, on your nightstand. It's a trivia book, right?
Wheeler says nothing to confirm or deny this, although it is true. At feeding time, the entity manifests like a bright gold-white spot in the corner of her eye. It's gone now. She's already put the rest of it together. It's all mind-bogglingly, insultingly obvious. With a well-suppressed but still detectable note of dismay, she asks,
What's your name?
It's Adam. Adam Wheeler.
Obviously, she has the man detained. She instructs her people to interrogate him, lightly, and to run deep background research on every word he utters, while for her part, she stands far back from the investigation to avoid a contamination. She resists the urge to interfere, particularly to visit Adam and personally demand answers. She goes to her office, curls up on the couch there, and tries to catch some sleep, but doesn't succeed in any real sense. 7 hours later, a foundationer knocks on her office door, bringing an inch-thick block of printouts and a paralyzingly strong cup of coffee. Wheeler takes the drink first, accepting it as a kind of authentication step before letting the woman in. She moves back to the couch and sits, hunched over the drink for warmth, inhaling its fumes. The woman settles heavily into the chair opposite. She is a misleadingly stocky individual, somewhere just shy of 40, and inarguably the most dangerous person on the site. She is the division's physical fitness and combat instructor and leader of their solitary mobile task force. Her name is Alex Gauss.
They, figured I should be the one to present their results, even though I didn't research one line of it, because we get along. Their words. Personally, I don't see it.
Who is he?
He's your husband. Every word checks out. There is limitless physical evidence. Half of the division knows him socially, including me. I credit your diligence and adherence to protocol, but the bottom line is that SCP-4987 got hungry.
Wheeler nods. This assessment matches her own, pieced together overnight from gut reactions and analysis of the plain facts. Where the hell else did her name even come from? She wasn't born Wheeler, but she had to get independent verification.
Has this happened before?
No.
Could it happen again?
You would know better than anyone.
I would. I do. I can tell you this. I have SCP-4987 trained to follow me at my heel. I feed it according to a strict regimen. It eats only memories I say it's okay to eat. A rapidly progressive, universally fatal memory parasite made chronic and then domesticated. And now, what? It suddenly breaks training? That adds up?
If you say it doesn't add up, it doesn't add up. But speaking from field experience, anything can happen twice.
Wheeler has waited long enough and takes a long pull from the coffee. She stares into the coiling steam, as if trying to see the future.
But who is he? At this point, you know him better than I do. What's he like? Do you like him?
Gauss grimaces extravagantly. This is the great-great-grandmother of all loaded questions.
Tell me your personal impression of Adam Wheeler. Direct order.
He's a nice enough guy.
Nice enough?
I don't like him. Personally, all that much. We're civil, but he always will be a little bit too smug and a little bit too clever. He just grates. Would I throw someone in a cell for that? No.
Do I like him?
You...
He looks away, and over time, a soft smile develops on his face, one which Wheeler doesn't recall ever seeing before.
Yeah. He's the one.
Full name, Adam Bellamy Wheeler, born February 27th, 1962 in Hang, Derbyshire, United Kingdom, to Rosemary Leah Wheeler, née Witst, and Jonathan Jack Philip Wheeler. No siblings. Early education, Henge Church of England Primary School, Matlock All Saints Secondary School. Demonstrated great musical ability from an early age. By age 16, had begun to be recognized as one of the most gifted classical violinists of his generation. Attended the Royal College of... Wheeler skips 3 pages. After sustaining a minor injury while on tour, he encountered SCP-4051, which had infested a wing of the hospital where he received treatment. SCP-4051 was protected by an unusual form of antimemetic camouflage to which Wheeler, like an estimated 1 in 145,000 individuals worldwide, was, and remains, immune. His attempt to alert the authorities to the infestation's presence was intercepted by a Foundation listening station. Operative Marion A. Hutchinson, 100A-1-9331, then a field agent based in... another page. Resistant to conventional memory erasure procedures. Hutchinson applied successfully for an exemption, arguing that even with his memories left intact, it would be impossible for Wheeler to share the details of SCP-4051. They subsequently became romantically involved.
Oh, they subsequently became romantically involved, did they? Tell me more, you featureless gray sphere of a biographer. I'm hooked now.
The biography is contentless beyond this point. Adam Wheeler's life spent touring, playing, lecturing, and occasionally conducting, writing, and composing is documented in exhaustive, pointless detail. He withstands background checks and surveillance and consistently demonstrates himself to represent 0 risk of leak. He eventually receives the extremely low clearance level normally granted to long-term Foundation external partners of Foundationers. They get married, she takes his name, which she, reading, considers faintly unrealistic, blah blah. There is nothing about his personality, nothing about their relationship, no content. She remembers acquiring SCP-4051. There was no one there. She remembers nothing. Up until the end of the 3rd round of questioning, Adam Wheeler assumes good faith. He figures the repetition is a due diligence tick, a corporate procedural requirement. It's only when they start over from "What's your name?" with a brand new interviewer for the 4th time that he finally gets it. They don't like him, and they don't care what he thinks his name is. They're trying to grind him down until he can't think, until he's just dust particles they can sift through for data. He reacts badly to this realization. He asks for his wife, and asks for his wife, and they ignore him, and they ignore him, and she persistently fails to appear until it's become a cold form of torture. The questions keep coming, and nothing stops them. Not answering truthfully, not answering, not lying, not rambling off on tangents. They don't stop until he begins falling asleep in the middle of his own sentences. He wakes up in a standard humanoid containment unit, a stackable one-bedroom apartment with holographic fake windows, impregnable walls, and extensive discrete modifications for the security and monitoring of anomalous entities. This one is on the first basement level, but he can't tell that. The bright quote-unquote light pouring in through the main living area window is authentic enough to tan. He wakes up on the couch with a start, feeling creaky and dehydrated. He realizes that he slept in his suit, and that his suit is creased. He hates that. The sensation of not looking his best, or at least presentable, that's going to gnaw away at him until he can find, at minimum, a razor and a change of shirt. What woke him was the heavy metallic clack of the door unlocking. He looks up, rubbing his eyes. It's his wife.
Marion. Oh my god.
He leaps up and rushes over to meet her. She stops him a few paces short with a gesture and a cold smile. And that hurts. It hurts more than anything. So, it really happened. SCP-4987 had bitten out the part of Marion Wheeler which cared about him. She wasn't absent because of some unrelated K-class outbreak. She just chose to be elsewhere. Indifferent. So, he doesn't embrace her. He stands at a polite distance.
How are you feeling? Did you sleep?
I'm fine.
I can tell you've had your coffee. Have you eaten? And come on, I'll make you something. Now, there must be something edible around here. Eggs and milk at least. I'm ashamed to say I more or less fell asleep where I was standing when they put me in here, so I haven't had a chance to scout. Or do you keep the place empty, and the food arrives through a slot in the wall?
Mr. Wheeler.
Adam shoots her a disappointed look.
Okay, Adam, please come and sit down. You're right, there's nothing in any of those cupboards.
Scrambled eggs on granary toast, with a lot of garlic in the eggs. That's what we both need right now, particularly you. Because if I don't make something substantial for you, you'll end up drinking those wretched wallpaper paste milkshakes 7 days a week. Or you just skip the meal entirely.
Adam, we've been married for 17 years, is that correct?
Yes.
I don't know you.
That's fine. I doubt that that's going to be a serious problem. You've told me many times about how your own people, who've lost themselves in work, have had to bootstrap their own personalities a second time. You love watching it. It's like watching butterflies emerge from chrysalides. And the best of your people can turn that around in 10 weeks. Imagine how fast it's going to be for you.
No, I'm afraid it's not possible.
What's not possible?
I can't begin a new relationship right now, certainly not something as serious as marriage. You have nominal clearance, you know what we do. I have responsibilities. I do not have time.
This isn't new. It's pre-existing.
No, that relationship is ended now and we are somewhere else.
What do you remember?
What?
You don't remember me. SCP-4987 also clearly ate the part of you which would care if you forgot me. And additionally, the part of you who cares about brunch. What else have you forgotten would be a stupid question to ask. So instead I'm asking you, what's left? I want you to tell me everything you can remember.
Everything I can remember?
Yes. From 1995 to right now.
It's still a farcical question at face value, and Wheeler's first instinct is to dismiss it as such. But she thinks again. She thinks, intending to genuinely try to answer the question. And she finds gaps. There's a dearth of specifics. It's like being asked to say something and then immediately forgetting all words.
I remember working.
And driving home, and then sleep, and then driving back to work. Big hostile buildings, drug regimens, containment procedures, endless piles of opaque numbers, personal fitness drills, running, calculating, never, ever stopping calculating. She remembers, with unfair clarity, a large variety of extremely bad dreams. And other than that, nothing. A huge, deep, ragged-edged black pit.
You remember nothing good, do you? Nothing good at all? When you come home on the nights you make it home, you're ready to fold up. It's never been an easy job, but the past few years have been the worst they've ever been, because you're coming to the conclusion of something gigantic. You've explained to me how it is you can never tell me really what it is you do without the act of you telling me killing me. And I couldn't stand that at first. And I still hate your job, and I think it's a monstrous farce. But I trusted you in that, and I stopped asking. But I can tell from the rattle in your hands and the things you don't say, and the way you sleep, that there is some kind of war going on back there, and you're losing people to it, and you're almost at the end, and you are going to win. So I scramble your eggs, and I play the violin for you, and between us we hack out about 3/10 of what I would consider to be normalcy. Not because you can't do this without me. You could really take on the whole universe by yourself if you really had to. But to blazes with that, you don't have to. It didn't happen instantly, but it happened pretty damned fast. We had music in common at first, Bach and Mendelssohn. We had tobacco in common, and a mutual hatred of the X-Files. Then it was coffee and wine. Then after some time it became hiking and bird-watching and Perside meteors. We like Bruce Lee flicks, we watch Law and Order and Jeopardy, and we read stacks and stacks of books. No, in fairness, it's mainly me for the books. You don't have the long time to spare anymore.
He pinches the bridge of his nose for a second. Any two people can find that much common ground. Just being in the same place for years doesn't count for anything. What do they have?
We communicate better than anybody I've seen. We can be apart for 2 months while I'm on tour, or you're overseas and snap right back and pick up a conversation from the word we left off. We are connected. We are in the same headspace. You'll see it all. It'll happen again, just as fast. You've just got to give it a chance.
Wheeler is almost there. She sees the shape of what Adam is describing. It's distant and unclear, but if she concentrates, she might be able to bring it into focus. It worries her, for nebulous reasons she can't articulate, but she can almost understand how there could be room for it. How could it lock her into her life as it currently exists and still make sense? But Adam just said something crucial. He said a keyword, which means the marriage and counseling session is over, and now, this is a new situation. Wheeler can't ignore it. She forces herself to drop the other thread and seize this one.
What war?
Good God. The war, Marion. I don't know how else to describe it.
What war? How many people?
I don't know. There are names. Names you stop mentioning. And then you ignore me when I bring them up again. I assume there are reasons. I don't know the specifics. How could I know? Why don't you know?
Wheeler races through the reasoning. The existence of a war computes. It confirms long-term existing suspicions. It could have been going on for years without her realizing it. It makes sense for her that she could be fighting it, winning even, and not know, managing her own memories or losing them in skirmishes. This certainly wouldn't be the first time she's uncovered it. It makes sense that Adam, naturally gifted with the mental equivalent of a thick layer of blubber, could stand on the edge of the conflict and dimly be able to perceive it. And the division so understaffed. People are disappearing around her.
And what if we get back together and...
This time, hard instinct seizes her around the midsection and bodily hauls her back from thinking a thought which it knows would kill her. She's Wile E. Coyote, and she's already run off the edge of a precipice into clear air, and thinking that thought would be like looking down. She feels SCP-4987 moving around her, abstractly bound to her, a winking speck of glitter in her eye.
Something's wrong.
Do you see that?
How can you see that?
I have a mild immunity to antimemetic influence. I can tell when something is fritzing with my memories. I can resist it up to a point. So Marion, I was hoping to have a relaxed conversation over coffee and get around to this topic organically, but I'm gonna have to skip to the end. I have the impression that SCP-4987 is trying to kill me.
No, That's not its behavior model. It doesn't sustain itself that way by eating people. It eats memories, and it's never done this. Not to you, nor me, nor anybody. Not since the very early days. It's tame. It does exactly what I tell it to do, even when I'm waiting and I'm bored and I let it eat my short term. It sits and waits to be told to eat.
Then what is it doing to us? I would like if we could figure this out quickly. We don't have a way to put SCP-4987 down.
It's trying to protect you.
How does wiping your memory of me protect me?
I can't explain, and I can't explain why I can't explain. I don't fully know myself. There's a...
A what?
You can't be here. You can't be in my life. You have to leave or you're going to die.
I'm not leaving you. Christ, that's why we did it in the end. Got married, I mean. It was scintillatingly obvious for both of us very early on that we were forever. But I wanted to get it on the public record. I stood up in front of everyone I respect and swore to them that I would protect you forever.
I must have made an identical promise.
SCP-4987 is agitated. Wheeler feels it flitting around the room, incoherent, trying to tell her what it needs. Adam doubles over, blinded in both eyes now. Closing his eyes does nothing. Covering his eyes does nothing. The gold-white light is strobing for him, moving into violet. He panics.
Oh, help me. I can't see.
He reaches out unsteadily for Wheeler's hand. She lets him take it and pull her close. The light doesn't fade. He clings to Wheeler for a few moments, and she holds on to him until he realizes that SCP-4987 is completely within her control, and that this is all intentional.
You're going to do this. This is the Foundation mandate. This is what your definition of protect amounts to. You've got no idea what you're about to do to yourself. You don't even know me.
I think I know.
You will feel this for the rest of your life. Every day you'll wake up with a sick, cold feeling in your stomach, where there used to be a real life. And you'll wonder why.
I'm going to win this war. I'll beat the universe, and then I will come and find out why.
Adam holds on to her for another long, long moment. He can hear the baying too, now, and he can even barely perceive what it is, far off beyond the hill. That SCP-4987 is frantic about. That distant dot, that fleeting secondhand glimpse of the shape of it, far off, is enough to terrify him. He has faith. He knows how fast Marion can put the jigsaw pieces together, work against a universe which makes no sense to her, and isolate the truth. He knows she can take the universe, but a sharp misgiving jabs him in the stomach, and he can't stop himself from saying,
And what if you lose?
She kisses him. It's a stranger's kiss. There's nothing there that Adam recognizes. He breaks off, unsettled. It's a whisper now.
What if you lose?
Wheeler exits the containment unit. She slams and deadlocks the door with a single movement. The heavy metallic crack makes the whole building shake. There are people outside. Gauss, Julie, Still, and a few others, comparing notes. They look appalled.
Fill in his backstory. He was never married. Relocate him to where I will never find him. Incinerate all of the evidence. Then report to me for surgical memory erasure. I'll do it myself last.
Gauss looks as if he has an objection. She stares him down.
My husband's dead.
That's your definition of a love story?
I've read ahead a bit, so I can safely say yes.
Rowan, that's kind of messed up. This isn't a story about two people falling in love. It's a story about them forcibly ending their love, and they don't even say why.
Again, I've read ahead. I don't want to spoil a good plot.
Jean, get back here!
Speaking of love stories, Lyrlin, can you go check on them?
Fine. Kat, what is going on?
What's going on is that this pendejo brought 100 milligram THC gummies.
Whoa, like, harsh, man. Who are you calling a hoe? And what do you mean DHC? This is 100 milligrams of pure sugar.
Huh? Sugar?
Like, yeah, dude. I got these down at the grocery store before coming here.
Sugar?
I mean, yeah. What were you expecting?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Those are sugar-free gummies. Cat, don't...
Coño, estás en candela, te voy a desfigar.
Rowan, how about we do the next story? Yeah, Cat, why don't you read this one?
Sure. Let me just... Pass me my café con leche so I can calm down, please.
Ani, can you make us some s'mores? I think we're gonna need them.
Yeah, I'm on it.
And as we close, I would like to give a special thank you to those in real life who made this episode possible. In particular, I would like to thank Kevin MacLeod, who made all of the music you could hear in the background of this episode. You can listen to his music and more at incomtech.com. I'd also like to thank the author of the story that we read today. His username is qntm, and the story was titled, Where Have You Been All My Life? Finally, I would like to thank the many voice actors you heard today, including Kit, who played the role of Ani, Esme, who played the role of Catalina, Peach, who played the role of Rowan, John, who played the roles of Jean and Adam Wheeler, Echo, who played the role of Marion Wheeler, and Taya, who played the role of Alex Gauss. For the record, my name is Gaia, I play the role of Learlin, and I'm also the producer and editor of this show. So, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.